The first time I touched him, the air shattered. Not metaphorically, literally. The containment glass around us fractured, lights dimmed, and the gravity field flickered for half a second. And when it was over, his eyes, those strange silver eyes, glowed like two miniature stars locked inside his skull. He didn't flinch, didn't even breathe. He just said in a voice that resonated like music and thunder all at once, "Don't ever touch me again, human." But I did. And that's when everything changed. Part 1. The Prisoner in Lab Theta. They called him Subject 7E. I called him Erind, a name I found buried in the alien data cores retrieved from the wreckage of his ship. He had been captured or rescued, depending on which report you read, after a failed warp breach over Titan's orbit. His body was unlike anything we'd seen. Tall, slender, shimmering skin that pulsed faintly with bioluminescent veins. At first glance, he looked almost human. But the readings said otherwise. His molecular structure vibrated at dual frequencies, one in the material realm, the other outside it. He was both matter and energy. A living paradox. My name is Dr. Sarah Kale, xenobiologist. My assignment was simple: study the alien, learn what we could about his species, and report to the Interstellar Containment Division. But it wasn't simple. Not with him. From the first moment I saw Erind, I felt something impossible, a pull. Like gravity had reoriented itself toward him. Part 2. The Warning. Erind didn't speak for the first 20 days. He sat perfectly still in the containment chamber, eyes closed, heartbeat barely registering. Then, one night, when the lab was quiet and the rest of the team had gone to sleep, I stayed behind. I wanted to understand him not as a subject, but as a being. I stepped closer to the glass. "You can hear me, can't you?" I whispered. His eyes opened instantly. Silver light. "I can hear more than you think." I froze. "You speak our language?" "I speak all languages," he said simply. "Sound is just memory repeating itself." That's when I made my mistake. I reached out, pressed my palm to the barrier between us. He did the same from his side. And for 1 second, the glass dissolved into nothing. A blinding current of light surged through me, filling my mind with images, cities floating in nebulae, creatures of fire and wind, the birth of stars. My knees buckled. I couldn't breathe. When I came to, I was on the floor. The alarms were blaring. He was standing over me, no longer behind the glass. "Don't touch me again, human," he said, voice low, almost sorrowful. The last time someone did, their world burned. Then the guards stormed in. They sedated him and dragged me to medical. But his words, they stayed with me. Part 3. The Pull. They told me to stay away from him. Commander Hale threatened to reassign me if I went near the containment lab again. But curiosity is a dangerous thing. Especially when it hides inside obsession. I started dreaming of him. Every night, I saw flashes, stars spiraling into black holes, hands reaching across galaxies, and his voice calling my name. Only, he didn't say Sarah. He called me Saralyn. I didn't recognize it, but the way he said it made my heart ache. Like it wasn't new. Like it was remembered. By the 5th night, I couldn't take it anymore. I went back to the lab. Erind was awake, waiting. "You shouldn't be here," he said. "I had to see you," I whispered. "You feel it too," he murmured. "What is it?" He stood, stepping close to the glass. "A resonance. Your energy is tethered to mine. It shouldn't be possible." "Why?" "Because your kind severed our connection eons ago." I frowned. "Our kind?" He studied me, eyes narrowing. "You truly don't remember." Then the lights flickered, the alarm stuttered, and I heard it. A low hum, the same tone from my dreams. He was singing. And I understood every note. Part 4, The Second Touch. The next day, the council decided to transfer him off the station to a facility deep beneath the Martian poles. They feared what he could do. That night, I went to see him one last time. "You'll never see me again," he said quietly. "They'll bury me where light cannot reach." "You can't let them," I said, tears stinging my eyes. "You're not a weapon." He tilted his head slightly. "You sound like her." "Like who?" He didn't answer. Instead, he reached out and placed his hand against the glass again. And this time, I didn't hesitate. I pressed my palm to his. The barrier vanished. The chamber flooded with light so bright it burned through my vision. I stumbled forward, straight into his arms. And in that instant, everything unfolded. His world. His people. His past. And mine. I saw two beings standing beneath a violet sun, their hands intertwined. One was Erind. The other was me. Or at least, a version of me. We were scientists of different species, working to merge human life with Illyrian energy, the spark that powered stars themselves. We succeeded, and unleashed a catastrophe that tore the cosmos apart. In the chaos, Erind had preserved fragments of my essence, my soul, and carried it through time, searching for me in new forms. That's why he recognized me. Why I dreamed of him. I was Cerilyn, once. The realization shattered everything I knew. When the light faded, I found myself trembling, barely conscious. My veins glowed faintly silver. He caught me before I fell. "You weren't supposed to remember," he whispered. "I do now," I breathed. "And I'm not afraid." Then he smiled, sadly. "Then we are doomed again." Part 5, The Breakout. Alarms blared across the station. The security systems detected the energy surge. Commander Hale's voice echoed through the comms, "Containment breach in Lab Theta. All units to Sector 4. Erin's body was shifting, light rippling beneath his skin. "They'll destroy us both if we stay." "Then we run." "You can't. You're bound here, your atoms still belong to this timeline." "Then take me with you," I said, gripping his hand. His gaze softened. "You don't understand what you're asking." "Maybe not. But I remember who I was. Who we were." For a heartbeat, he hesitated. Then he closed his eyes. Energy poured from his body, wrapping around us like liquid starlight. The doors burst open, guards raising weapons, but the bullets froze midair, suspended in the glowing field. "Hold on," Erind whispered. The world collapsed inward, folding like paper. Part 6, Between Worlds. We emerged into a void filled with light and shadow, a bridge between realities. It was silent, endless, beautiful. Erind staggered, his energy flickering. "I can't hold it long. The resonance between us is unstable." I reached for him instinctively. "Let me help." His eyes widened. "No. If you touch me again, the bond will complete. You'll lose your form. You'll become, like me." "Maybe that's not a bad thing." "It is," he said, voice breaking. "Because I remember how it ends. Every time we try, the universe resets. You die, and I carry the echo until it finds me again. This loop has lasted longer than your species' existence." Tears streamed down my face. "Then let's end it this time." He shook his head. "To end it is to end us." I looked into his eyes, silver storms swirling within. "Then so be it." Before he could stop me, I reached out. And touched him again. Part 7, The Collapse. The universe screamed. I felt myself splitting apart, flesh unraveling into light, thought dissolving into energy. His form intertwined with mine, two currents merging into one stream of consciousness.